Welcome to this meditation. I have a question for you today. Can you remember who you were before the world told you who to be? This is a quote by a famous American poet, Charles Bukowski. This quote often makes me think about all the choices that I have made in my life, all the thoughts that I had ever had that didn't come from me 100%. The opinions and the judgments of family, parents, friends, and co-workers often outweighed my decisions heavily, because this is how we fit in. I have realized that most of my life, the choices I made were based on family values and belief systems. Some that maybe came from religion that I was raised in, and others were founded in the expectations of society. To go to college, to get a good job, to find a great husband, to get married, buy a house, and start a family. I realized I had never allowed myself the space to figure out what I really wanted without all of that. But then a switch flipped in my brain, and I wanted to choose differently because I realized all the choices that I had made left me half happy and unfulfilled. I was stressed and managing my life instead of living it. I'd like to share a story with you. A few years ago, I attended my first public yoga class. I had been practicing yoga in the privacy of my home for over 10 years. After this first public event in my community, I felt so good that I decided that I was going to grab a smoothie on the way home. And I declared in my car that I was going to be a person who does yoga and drinks smoothies. Serendipitously, a few days later, I stumbled across an online yoga teacher training program. Their mission resonated with me so much that I signed up for their intensive summer program. And by the end of the summer, I graduated with my YTT 200. I was filled with so much excitement and possibility that I began to create my own offerings and simultaneously looking for a studio job. But after a few months, the frustration set in, and I then made a second declaration in my car: I just want to teach yoga. These declarations came from my heart, where I was learning to make choices based on what I truly wanted without any of the outside influences. And then serendipitously again, a friend called me to tell me that the actual studio that hosted the public event that I had attended was actually hiring and that I should apply. My first reaction was, no, not ready. But during my meditation practice that evening, I was able to drop into the space that was truly me and my heart. I was able to identify the fear and step into what I really wanted after I had declared it to the universe. So I took a leap of faith and I applied and got the job. So let me ask you, are there choices in your life that you made that were 100% yours and not based on any outside influences? Are there things that you've done because of what your family thought or societal expectations? I believe many of us have done this at one time or another throughout our life. And we can only know what we know until we know something new and different. We have thoughts and opinions about anything in our life. What school to go to, what job to apply for, who we should marry. I know I always asked for that input or feedback in these kinds of scenarios, and often the information would skew my original thinking, but I went along with it to fit in and belong. Practicing meditation has helped me to reconnect with myself, my inner knowing, to trust my intuition and to make choices based on what I thought and wanted without letting the outside world influence it so much that it wasn't even mine anymore. It helps me to remember who I was before the world told me who I was supposed to be. I would like to share this meditation practice with you today that has made a significant difference in my own life by fostering that reconnection with myself. And trusting the timing of your life, know that you are exactly where you are meant to be, and everything is happening for you in its divine timing. As I invite you into this meditation practice with me, I would like to go through what we call the Freedom Trinity: body, eyes, and breath. So first, we'll get super comfortable in the space that we are in, grounded through our seats, feeling the connection to the surface that we are sitting or laying upon, softening through our shoulders and our hips and our belly, relaxing our fingers and our toes and the skin around our face. Next, we're going to bring our attention to our eyes. You can keep them open if that feels good, or I offer gently closing them, having a soft gaze towards the floor, or completely bringing them closed. And lastly, let's observe our breath. I'm going to guide you through a 3-count breath today, where we inhale for 3, hold for 3, and exhale for 3. On my count, no worry to keep time. But before we begin, I'm going to invite us all to take a collective cleansing breath in together through the nose, deep into the belly as you can go. And when you are filled up with that fresh, clean air, allow yourself to exhale, letting everything soften and settle a little more deeply into the space that you are in. Now we'll begin. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Hold for 1, 2, 3. And exhale for 1, 2, 3. We'll do that again. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3. Hold for 1, 2, 3. And exhale for 1, 2, 3. Last time. Inhaling for 1, 2, 3. Hold for 1, 2, 3. And exhale for 1, 2, 3. Now allowing your breath to return back to its natural rhythm, softening into your space even 1% more. I'd like you to imagine a future version of yourself that is living the life of your dreams at any point in the future. Everything is exactly how you've always imagined or dreamed that it could be. You have all of the money you've always wanted. You have the health and well-being that you've always wanted. You are doing the job or the career that you have always dreamed of doing. You have time for your hobbies and your passions. You are in the relationships, friendship and romantic and family, the way that you've always wanted them to be. Everything is exactly the way you've always wanted it to be. Let yourself go there, trusting whatever's coming up for you in this moment is exactly what is meant for you to see or hear or feel. And if it seems impossible, that's good. I don't want you to be realistic. I want it to feel like you can rub a magic lamp and all of your dreams and wishes would come true. And you might have a lot of things swirling around in your mind, and that's okay. See if you can just land on one. And although it may be fuzzy or blurry or feel incomplete, just be with whatever is coming up for you in this moment. Trust that that is what is meant for you. Now we want to expand this vision even a little bit further. So besides what you might be seeing in your vision, let's tap into our other senses. Are there any sounds that you hear, tastes or smells, maybe even sensations in the body or the temperature of your skin or the way your clothes are feeling? Let it expand and take it all in. We'll go even a little bit further. Looking around in your vision, do you notice if you are alone or if you are with someone? What are you doing in this vision? What kind of clothes are you wearing? Just notice and observe. Again, continue to trust what's coming up for you. Know that it is what's meant for you in this moment, and that it is part of your inner knowing. Now I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer this question using 1, 2, or 3 words, continuing to trust the first things that come to your mind is your soul speaking to you from a deep and inner knowing place. As you continue to imagine this future version of yourself at any point in your future, living the life of your dreams, what kind of energy do you need to call in or cultivate in your own life right now to become the person that you are seeing in this vision? I'll ask that again. What energy do you need to call into your own life right now to become the person that you see in this vision? Remember, just picking 1, 2, or 3 words, landing on whatever comes to your mind first. Once you have your words in your mind, I'd like you to repeat them a few times to lock them in so you can remember them later. And I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath in and a long breath out. Imagine if you were inhaling the energy of these words into your being, filling you up with all that you need. And as you exhale, you're releasing that same profound energy into the space around you that is encompassing you and supporting you. And when you're ready, I'm going to invite you to gently and softly begin to flutter your eyes open, coming back into this space. What we have just done together is a very powerful practice, envisioning the person that we want to become in our future, and going deep into our inner knowing, our subconscious, and our soul's voice to find the words and the energy that we need to help us to become the person that we have seen in our vision. The words that you came up with in this practice we call our unique energy signature. You can treat them as your own personal mantra and revisit them at any time that you need them when you're feeling stuck, lost, scared, or unsure of what's going on in your life right now. I invite you, as we close this practice, to write these words down, either on some paper or in your phone, and any other details from your vision that you would like to remember. And then ask yourself, what is one way I can integrate or use these words in my daily life to bring me closer to the vision in my mind and the life of my dreams? I thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.